Legend has it that deep within the desert sands of Efraz-al-Fayesh lies a powerful artifact that has been guarded by the ruling sultans for generations. The artifact is said to possess the ability to control the weather, and with it, the fate of the desert kingdom. One fateful night, the artifact was stolen from the sultan's palace by a band of thieves, and its whereabouts remained unknown. As days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, tensions rose between Efraz-al-Fayesh and the neighboring kingdom of Amador. Rumors began to circulate that the Amadorians were behind the theft of the artifact, and the Sultan of Efraz-al-Fayesh demanded its return. When the Amadorians denied any involvement in the theft and refused to return the artifact, the Sultan declared war. The Sultan vowed to reclaim the artifact and restore order to his kingdom, no matter the cost. The Sultan believed that the artifact was a powerful symbol of the Efrazian people's connection to their land and history, and losing it was a blow to their national pride. He saw the recovery of the artifact as a crucial mission to restore their people's honor and glory. The Amadorian king, on the other hand, viewed the Efrazian claim to the artifact as a mere pretext for territorial expansion and sought to defend his kingdom's sovereignty. Thus, the stage was set for a fierce conflict between the two nations, with both sides fiercely determined to emerge victorious.
Supreme leader of the Efraz-al-Fayesh Caliphate, a wise and just ruler who is beloved by his people. He is known for his shrewd political maneuvering and his strategic military planning, which has helped Efraz-al-Fayesh to become one of the most powerful kingdoms in the region. Despite his stern demeanor, Sultan Rashid al-Mahdi in heart and is deeply committed to the well-being of his subjects. He is a man of great integrity and courage, and he is willing to make difficult decisions and personal sacrifices in order to ensure the safety and prosperity of his kingdom. Karim al-Jabbar is the commanding general of the Iron Riders, a mercenary unit hailing from the neighboring nation of Amador. As the leader of one of the most formidable cavalry forces in the region, Karim is known for his unparalleled skill in mounted combat and his ruthless determination to achieve victory. He is a strategic and resourceful commander, always weighing the best interests of his soldiers and his employer. Despite his mercenary status, Karim has a deep sense of loyalty to his men and to the Sultan who employs him. He is respected and admired by his troops and feared by his enemies for his unwavering determination to win at any cost. Though his emotions are often hidden behind a steely facade, those who know him well understand that Karim is a man of honor and principle, with a fierce love for his men and a deep commitment to his craft.
The two armies met on the rugged desert terrain outside the imposing castle of Efraz. The Sand Knights, an elite unit of warriors from Efraz-al-Fayesh, were joined by a newly formed division of archers called the Desert Hawks. The Desert Hawks were expert marksmen, trained to shoot their arrows with deadly precision from long range. The enemy, meanwhile, had brought a large contingent of heavy cavalry called the Iron Riders, who wore heavy armor and carried lances that could pierce through the toughest of shields. They also had a division of stealthy assassins called the Night Blades, who were skilled at infiltrating enemy lines and taking out key targets. The battle began with a fierce exchange of arrows between the Desert Hawks and the enemy archers. The Desert Hawks' superior marksmanship quickly gave them the advantage, and they were able to keep the enemy at bay while the Sand Knights launched a surprise attack from the left flank. The Iron Riders responded with a charge, but the Sand Knights were prepared, and they used their shields to deflect the lances and counter-attack with their swords. As the battle continued, the Night Blades began to infiltrate the Sand Knights' lines, causing chaos and confusion. But the Sand Knights had anticipated this, and they had stationed their own group of assassins, the Sun Blades, to counter the Night Blades' attacks. The Sun Blades were just as skilled as their counterparts, and they were able to quickly neutralize the threat. As the sun began to set on the third day of battle, the enemy launched a final assault, sending their heavy cavalry charging straight at the heart of the Sand Knights' lines. But the Sand Knights were ready, and they had dug trenches and erected barricades to slow down the enemy's advance. The Desert Hawks unleashed a hail of arrows, while the Sand Knights used their spears to repel the enemy's attack. In the end, the Sand Knights emerged victorious, having vanquished the enemy and secured their position in the desert wasteland kingdom of Efraz-al-Fayesh. The war between Efraz-al-Fayesh and Amador would continue for years to come, but the Sand Knights and their new allies, the Desert Hawks, had proven themselves to be the most skilled and versatile warriors on the battlefield. Their victory would be remembered for generations to come, and it would inspire future generations of warriors to fight for the kingdom of Efraz-al-Fayesh.